Hi guys, and welcome to Bundle 6. I have some really important and crucial updates to the course schedule. I'm looking up at the course schedule as I give you this announcement. In this video, I will be giving you the context and reminder, context for the lessons that are coming up, but we're also going to make important changes. So if you need to, you need to mark this in your calendar, or you need to mark it on the course schedule, the official one in the syllabus if you printed it. So I'm going to make a slight revision. I realized you needed a lesson previous to another lesson. You need a philosophy lesson previous to what I currently have as task 3 in order to understand what's going on in the lecture that I was going to do for task 3. So let's start off with that operational bit, and then I'll do the fuzzy wuzzy, hey, this is what we're up to. So in the course schedule, it says apply all that you have learned about analyzing and clarifying arguments for week 6, task 1, or 3% of your grade. That is still task 1, nothing has changed. However, where it says in the course schedule, learn the basics of utilitarianism, that is going to be the first moral/ethical theory that we focus on in this class, and that's going to be based out of the ebook. That is week 6, task 2. So on your course schedule or in your planner or wherever, you need to cross a line or cross out where it says week 6, task 2, where it says week 6, task 2A, where it says week 6, task 2B. Cross out only the 2, the 2A, and the 2B, or even just the 2. This is now going to be task 3. So learn the basics of utilitarianism. That is now week 6, task 3. So then it's week 6, task 3A, forget the exact reading assignment. And then week 6, task 3B for submit a Blackboard created review of what you read. So now I have a new week task 2. So you need to add a bullet. It's going to come between apply all that you have learned and learn the basics of utilitarianism. So we could say that the heading for the new task 2 is get a review, or what do I want to title it? Follow a lecture on the branches of philosophy. It's going to be very important because I'm going to be using the terms metaphysical, epistemological a lot, but I'm also going to need to do a short lecture and lesson on what it means to say that something is focused on meta-ethics, normative ethics, and applied ethics. You were briefly introduced to these branches of philosophy and fields within ethics during your first ebook reading and Blackboard created review, but I need to go a little bit more in depth so that you can follow the lectures and the assignments and have a better grasp of the content for the assignments that you'll be doing during our theory unit. And so that's important to do. So we have a new task 2. Week 6, task 2 is now following some video instruction on the branches of philosophy and fields of ethics. And for that, you are going to do a, how do I want to do that one? I'll probably just have you submit your notes. That's going to be easiest for me for right now since I'm having to do this last minute change. So then where you see in the course schedule for week 6, where it says complete and submit results for getting deeper into the theory of utilitarianism, cross that out. We're going to do all of that during a following week. So you're going to get all the in-depth stuff during the week after. So you'll learn the facts about utilitarianism this week. You're going to get a general introduction about the basic facts and elements of the theory. You're going to see how the points, how the theory's various elements connect and how to apply it. You'll get the big picture of it. And then we'll go into more depth and more details during another lesson. So again, cross out where it says complete and submit results for getting deeper into the theory of utilitarianism. So to recap, I'm not going to recap. You can just replay this video, okay, if you need to know. You still have a bundle wrapper. Okay, so that said, this week we, from this point on, I assume that you have a general mastery of the stuff that we have learned, intellectual virtues, all the argument stuff, and whatnot. At this point, I am simply going to use the terminology from what I call Unit 1, the stuff on how the class works, the intellectual virtues, the argument stuff, the moral statement stuff, the non-moral statement stuff, the moral argument stuff. And we're going to focus more on what philosophers have come up with in terms of how we decide right and wrong. That starts during week 6 with the exploration of our first theory, utilitarianism. After we focus on utilitarianism for a couple weeks, we are then going to focus on duty ethics, which we will focus on for 2 or 3 weeks and focus on what a philosopher has to say about that theory, how he came up with that theory, and how it's supposed to be applied. Then we're going to get into yet another third theory about how we should approach deciding right and wrong, and then that will constitute Unit 2. All the while, we will be applying our argument skills and knowledge, manifesting the intellectual virtues, and you'll also learn to do a couple of new assignments. You're going to learn to do something that is called theory connection. I think I don't have you do that till we get to a future theory. I might not even have you do that till we get to the third theory, but you are going to learn how to do something called theory connection. It's a writing assignment that is 1 to 3 paragraphs long. It's probably going to only be about a paragraph or two long. And then you're going to learn how to do something called argument comparison. So not argument construction, not argument analysis or clarification. You're going to now learn to do something called argument comparison, but that's a writing assignment that presupposes you know how to analyze an argument. That's where you will be looking at what your peers had to say with respect to a certain week 2 writing assignment prompt. You'll be reading what your peers have to say. You're basically going to choose one, and then you're going to compare and contrast your arguments. And because you know how to analyze an argument now, you have the skills, the conceptual knowledge, and the how-to skills to do that. So this is kind of a little bit of a heads up of what's coming up and what you can expect. Remember that I do use adaptive learning to make sure you follow the logical structure in order, since I do have an order and a certain scaffolding in mind when it comes to when you do certain tasks and whatnot. And always remember, you need to read very carefully. You need to listen to every single video, every single second, take good notes and whatnot.